Hello and welcome to the show. Today we start with a Nascar. We've got sort of 350 horsepower. This car weighs 1,500 kilos, or a ton and a half. Designed for going around ovals. Sure, it does drive a couple of proper racetracks, but its main purpose is to do oval racing. And what we're going to do is none of those things. We are going to take it to Bathurst, a very tight and twisty circuit, and we're going to make it rain, just to make things interesting, and to, give it a bit of a challenge to it, because, things can only go well. Now, I have made sure that this car is fitted with wet tyres. I did this video 10 minutes ago, and when I finished I realised I hadn't equipped the wet weather tyres. I thought I had, but apparently not. So we have now got wet weather tyres equipped to this car. If you try and drive it in slicks, it doesn't do very much. It just sits and spins and spins and spins, and then goes around a corner and spins and locks the brakes up, and is very, very hard to drive. So, well, as you would expect, really. So yeah, we've got the wet weather tyres. It's still going to be very tricky to drive this car. Actually, I didn't want to do that. We got that to 0 because we want it to stay the same. Even with wet weather tyres on, it's still going to be incredibly hard to drive because it's not built to go in the wet. I think they don't even race the NASCAR. If it rains, they stop NASCAR races, don't they? I think that's a thing. I'm not sure. I've only seen about 2 NASCAR races in ever, pretty much. Okay, how are we doing for control? Have we got... No, we've still got absolutely no control. This is this is running on the full wet tyres, and we've got not a lot of... that's a little bit better. It's it's made not a lot of difference. We still lock up the brakes the minute you touch the brake pedal. It still has an awful lot of understeer. I'm going to fall off the road. Never mind. This thing doesn't really work as a driving in the rain, as a wet weather race car. Oh god, I'm trying to get some speed up, but I think I'm going to kill it in a minute. Come on, we can go faster than this, surely. Maybe not. Ooh. Okay, no, that's not going well. We'll try. There we go. Saved it. May have gone on the dirt a little bit. Can we even get it stopped for this corner up here? No, we're just going to slide everywhere, and now we're not going to turn, and we're not turning at all. There we go. Yeah, so this is this has made almost no difference from going from a wet weather tyre to, well, from the slicks, I should say, to this wet weather tyre. This is really not very happy about things, and now I'm beginning to wonder, did it actually save the changes this time? Because we are really, this car, as I said, is really not built for this kind of thing, and I was expecting it to be tricky, but woo, come on, I've tried to be cautious. No, we're just going to slide up there, are we? Okay. And maybe being a little bit too eager on the throttle. I may be in the wall a little bit there. No, we're fine. No, it's still on racing hard tyres. I've just had a look. Why are you still on racing hard? I changed the tyres on this car specifically to make car settings. Why are you on that? That would explain why it was slidey. Why it was absolutely no different. Why has it done that? Okay. We are good. We have fixed. There we go. We're on wet tyres now. That's more like it. That's what we wanted. We have a little bit of grip. Well, I say a little bit. It still moves around an awful lot. Well, you've seen what it's like when it's on slicks. It's very slidey. This is much better. We've actually got brakes, and we've got steering, and we've got forward movement, and that's fantastic. There we go. Things are going much better. Haha. Now, how fast dare we get it? Is it spinning its wheels? I'm not sure. Now, we'll just boot it and see what happens. This is much more like it. We're at 140 miles an hour instead of sort of 70. And brake about here. We're not going to get stopped, are we? Please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop. We have got stopped. Excellent. Okay. So, yeah, with wet weather tyres, it's much more drivable, as you would expect. Ooh, the steering wheel likes to have this blooming wobbles as I come into a braking zone. Oh, come on. Come on. Get steered this way. This way. Whoa! Yeah, you can still have big slides if you're not careful with the... like that. Jesus, that's a big... You just have to lose concentration for a millisecond. Just do something slightly wrong in this. Because now I've actually got tyres that grip, I'm being braver than I probably should be. And it's going all a little bit wrong. Come on, over the top of the hill. Over the top of the... Woohoo. Come on. No. Oh. Still fighting the damn car everywhere. Now I don't know, in the real Bathurst track, I think they have the tyres that are down this section here. Forza has these immovable tyres, which is very easy to kill your car on if you get it wrong. Whereas in Gran Turismo, there's just nothing there. I think the real track does have tyres there, but real tyres move about if you hit them. Whereas Forza has the blooming indestructible... Jesus. The indestructible tyres, not the indestructible Jesus. Right. Woo. Okay. Well, we can get stopped a little bit better, which is nice. I mean, we still lock up the brakes incredibly easy. And floor it. No, not quite yet. Wait for it. Woohoo! No, that was a bit scary. That's terrifying through there. Come on, get in a straight line. How fast can we get it to go? I don't know. I don't really want to push it too far because otherwise it's just going to go straight off through here. 170 miles an hour. I'm gonna have a bit of a break through there. You probably could take it flat out. We'll try that next time round. Oh, come on, stop locking up. You've got to be so careful on the brakes. Gran Turismo is not the best for... Ooh, we've plummeted off the road there. That's a new place to have an accident. Yeah, Gran Turismo is not the best when it comes to ABS. I don't know why. It's always been a bit funny. Gran Turismo 5 was useless. It was absolutely terrible. If you turn the ABS off, you might as well have just turned the brakes off. That was how terrible it was. On here, it's better, but it's still... I don't know what quite went on there, a little bit glitchy, but okay. Yeah, even when you do turn the ABS off on here, it's better than it was, but it's still not very good. It still locks up far too easily. I mean, it might be partly down to my steering wheel, like the pedals. I don't know if I can fiddle around with the dead zone for them. I hope so. Because, yeah, it can still lock up, but it still locks up really easily. Even if I get it set up properly, it still locks up so easily on dry roads. I mean, sure, on the wet road, I'm sure it would lock up very easily in this sort of a car. But, yeah, it's a little bit funny, the braking on here. It takes a while getting used to it. Ooh, that's a little bit too much speed carried into there. We're doing better than our previous lap time, though. Okay, up here, be very careful. And don't go into the wall again. That was a bad time. Nope. Ooh. As I say that, so nearly lost it. Oh, it's going sideways up here. Never mind. Keep your foot in. It'll be fine. Maybe not. And down here. Now, I'm not going to be trying to take this bit flat out in this car. I was doing 170 miles an hour through here, or 180 maybe in a Formula 1 car. I'm doing 91, and I'm sideways, and I've fallen off the road in a Nascar in the wet. Okay, actually, to be fair, that's not bad sort of speed through there, considering car conditions, etc. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. No, we've understeered. We've real understeer. There we go. We're going to be really slow through here, but sod it. It doesn't matter how fast you're going, because we're just trying to get around the track for a few laps. Whee! In another big moment, and again, come on. If I just let go of the steering wheel for a millisecond, it jumps around like mad. Okay, get it in a straight line. There we go. What do we get to? 170. There we take the chase flat out. I'm not sure I do. I mean, it could probably be done in the dry. Let's try it. Who knows what's going to happen here? This could be a really big crash. I suspect it probably will be. We're doing 180 miles an hour. I've had to lift off. Oh, we got... No, we're locked up. We're completely locked up, and we're going off across the grass. God damn it. It's the brake. I think you probably could. The thing is, I can't get it stopped the other side. Whoopsie, I've made up my own chicane there. Come on, back on the road. There we go. I think you probably could take that corner flat out, but when you come out the other side, you're just not going to get it stopped in time, because the brakes are just locking up permanently. Whee, big slide. Almost. Just... Oh dear. I do like driving silly cars in silly weather conditions though. It's more fun trying to drive a NASCAR in the wet than it is a sensible car in the wet. I mean, sure, this would make for a great a great online race. Get 16 NASCARs with wet weather tyres. That could be an interesting thing that may happen at some point. If the Gran Turismo replays weren't so awkward to work with, I'd love to do more stuff with it. But the replays are... While there are replays there for multiplayer and stuff, they're so blooming fiddly on here. Like, I was doing... nearly had a crash. I was doing the Will It World on Gran Turismo, and while it gives you options to fast forward and rewind, 90% of the time, the fast forward button, I couldn't click on it, it was just blacked out, and if you did the rewind one, it just restarted the blooming replay. So if I wanted to check, say that an attempt or whatever was the one that I wanted to include, or if it was a boring one, I wanted to sort of skip past it or go back to something I've missed, I just can't do it. You have to restart the entire replay again and then go through the entire thing until you find the point that you want. Sometimes with it roll I can do 20 minutes, 30 minutes driving segments, which on Forza is fine, you can just skip forward through it. But I don't want to have to sit 30 minutes to find the segment that I want right at the end of the replay. And it's for that reason that things like Versus the Community don't really work on Gran Turismo, which is a shame. Oh, come on, car, get in a straight line now. Because yeah, I would like to do that kind of thing, but this replays are such a problem that it makes it really hard to do that. And I don't know why it does it either. I'm not sure why occasionally it's blacked out. Maybe if I had a longer replay, maybe it would then let me jump through places. I don't know. I don't really know how it works, but it is kind of irritating. Also, the rating system on here is useless. It's so really not good. For example, the example I used, the example that I found the most stupid, is that a Ford RS200 is rated the same. No, it's rated less, sorry. RS200, one of the most famous rally cars, let's say famous rally cars, but it's a Group B rally car. It's massively fast. It scares supercars when it comes to sort of speed, performance-wise. That is rated lower than a Ford Focus RS. Not the modern Focus RS, that is an old Focus RS. I'm sorry, but the RS200 is a much faster car, and you're rating it the same. Or you're rating it slower, sorry, than a Focus. It's not slower than a Focus. So yeah, the rating system means that Versus the Community that would be restricted to a class just kind of wouldn't work. There is some stuff, like I said, these NASCARs, a 16-player race with these NASCARs in the wet would be great fun. I would love to do it. I also want to do Daihatsu midget racing at some point. Stuff like that may happen at some point in the future. I would like to do that kind of thing. Possibly if I can get the replays but I'm working. What's over here? Can we go explore down here? We can. It lets us go all the way down here. Can we? Ooh, look, there's a gap. Can we fit? No. It was worth a try. Oh well. There we go. That was some driving of a NASCAR in the wet. Tricky? Yes. Certainly tricky if you don't put on racing wet tyres. I wouldn't advise trying to do it on slicks. But that's not really a surprise, is it? There we go. This is something the car does like to do. It can do this pretty well. Anyway, yes, that is it for this video, guys. So thank you very much for watching. I'm tempted to do a lobby of these at some point. We might try it. Keep an eye out on the forums. I'll put a link in the description. If I am going to do something, it will be posted up on there. I may mention it in a video at some point as well. It's something that might happen. I don't know. Yeah, if I can figure out a way to get the replays to blooming work, then it may well happen. However, that is it for today. So, until next time, goodbye.